How's it going, folks? Welcome to what is sure to be a ridiculous read. This one is going to be just weird. We love Star Trek. We love doing some of that stuff, and we found shortened, abridged versions of all three of the movies in the J.J. Abrams, kind of Kelvin timeline. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to be doing all three of the movies, but it's going to be a pretty quick read. So let's just jump right into introducing ourselves.
Hello. Live long and prosper. Wait, hold on. There we go. I'm Mary. I'll be doing action description.
I'm Erik. I will be playing Chris Pine.
I'm Logan. I'm going to be Zachary Quinto.
I'm Anne. I'm going to be Simon Pegg.
I'm Jen, and I can't believe I can do this with my hands right now, but I'm Karl Urban.
And I'm Travis, and I'm playing Benedict Cumberbatch. You're welcome.
I already regret casting him as that. Anyway, so Mary, take us away.
Star Trek Abridged by Rod. Star Trek Into the Darkness Abridged by Chris W. Star Trek Beyond Abridged by Chris W. Based on the Kelvin timeline. Interior USS Kelvin the Future. Captain Faran Tahir watches a broken wicker basket made of metal emerge from a black hole.
Captain, are you seeing this?
No, all I can see are fucking lens flares. Did someone just discover Photoshop in 1998 or something?
So I think it's just a trick to make everyone who downloads the movie think it's a bad capture and delete it.
Suddenly, Erik Bana appears on screen.
Mad at your captain board, my random-looking bundling of metal spikes and slightly curved surfaces.
Seeing as how the only way an in-person discussion differs from what we're doing now is that the former offers you a way to kill me, I'll go ahead and comply.
He does. And Erik kills him.
All right, that makes me captain. Someone get my wife to an escape pod so she can deliver my son.
Chris, no! You have to come with me. A lack of a father figure will surely turn our son into an insufferable douchebag.
I can't. J.J. Abrams doesn't know how to direct anything that isn't lost, so I have to stay behind and die dramatically as the sound effects are muted in favor of a sad-sounding violin music.
Chris dies. Exterior Iowa, United States, Earth, long seen heading. A young Chris Pine speeds down a road in a 280-year-old car while listening to 250-year-old music. A police officer dressed as a Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe chases him. Young Chris Pine drives the car off a cliff and just barely manages to pull himself up from the ledge, of course.
Citizen,
Do we have a police
what is
officer?
your name?
Young Chris Pine. My name is Chris Overacting Pine. I think that might have been a line.
Citizen, what is the point of this scene?
I have absolutely no fucking clue.
And that is why we have typesetting. Young Chris Pine eventually grows into Chris Pine, and he goes to a bar where he meets Zoe Saldana.
Finally, the first scene introducing me as the new James Kirk to the world. I think it's only fitting that I come off as a complete dickwad and hit on you. Let's go back to my place. I think a whole breach is imminent.
Ah! Holy shit, my name is in caps and centered above this? Why are my thoughts being written down? What's going on?
That's dialogue. I mean, you get to say things out loud in the movie.
Her has actual lines? Oh, good Christ, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Can someone come rescue me from this?
Suddenly, a fight breaks out between Chris Pine, 4 Starfleet cadets, and apparently the cameraman. Once Chris finishes getting his ass kicked, Bruce Greenwood talks to him. I looked up your file. Your aptitude scores are off the charts.
Off the charts? Well, your aptitude test scoring system has a serious design flaw.
Enlist in the Starfleet. Boldly go where no man has gone before. Meet new and interesting alien life forms that look exactly like humans, except with one feature difference, such as skin color, eye size, or ear shape.
Look, I'm just not Starfleet material. The only thing I'm good at is hanging off ledges.
Just think about it. The ship for new recruits leaves tomorrow, and there's apparently no other way for you to enlist other than boarding it. Chris rides his bike some more and looks contemplatively at the starship being built.
Wow, it's so amazing. How the hell are they ever going to launch that thing off the surface of the planet?
Chris joins Starfleet and hops on the ship headed into space, even though the Academy is on Earth. He meets Karl Urban.
Nice to meet you. I'm enlisting because my wife took everything in the divorce. All I've got left are my bones! Bones!
So this movie's official explanation for your nickname is basically that my character likes to incessantly remind you of your painful divorce. Wow, I am an insufferable douchebag.
Into your Starfleet Academy Earth, Chris swarms his way through school acting like an obnoxious frat boy in a scene after scene. Zachary Quinto accuses him of cheating on a test since nothing makes compelling drama like academic whining.
I demand Chris Pine be expelled from the Academy. He got Dawson's Creek in my Star Wars.
Me? You got Star Wars in my Dawson's Creek.
I'd love to expel the brash renegade youth, but unfortunately, a sudden emergency demands our complete attention, thereby giving him a second chance to prove himself.
How incredibly original.
Everyone that has had a line so far winds up on the USS Enterprise. Listen up, we got a distress signal from planet Vulcan, which strangely is also the word used to refer to people from it. They have reported that appears to be a metal cactus in space.
Our mission is to find out what's going on and not in any way risk our lives, since you're just a bunch of students and your parents would fucking kill us if we got you injured on what is basically a field trip.
Setting a course for White Castle, Vulcan.
Wait a minute, did you say metal cactus in space? It's a trap!
Of course it's a trap! Bruce Greenwood heeds Chris's advice, stopping the ship at exactly the place it would have stopped anyway. They see all the other starships destroyed by Erik Bana's ship.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
What, that you were right about the attack?
No, that the green chick I was about to bone is dead now. Do you have any idea how much dough I sank into her? Shit was an investment, son.
Actually, you're right. Our entire graduating class just got obliterated and nobody seems to give a shit.
All right, everyone, I'm gonna take the transport over to Erik Bana's ship. Chris, John, and some random guy wearing a red shirt that will land on a giant drill that Bana is using on Vulcan, which we can't just shoot for some reason. I'm promoting Zachary to captain. Chris and John land on the drill while the red shirt, of course, dies.
Look, we're paying tribute to the original series by conforming to its limitations.
John and Chris have a fist fight with some Romulans. Chris gets his ass kicked yet again.
I see the comical fist fight and I bear the obnoxious fist fight with aliens music. Or hear the obnoxious fist fight with aliens music, but I don't see any overweight middle-aged men. Is this Star Trek or not?
Meanwhile, Anton Yelchin observes that Erik Bana is creating a black hole in the center of Vulcan. Zachary decides he must rescue his parents and head to the beaming room to go down to the planet. Chris and John fall off the drill and plummet to the surface. Anton Yelchin runs to the beaming room and beams them up in midair. Zachary arrives and demands to be beamed to the surface.
Didn't we just leave from the same bridge? How did I beat you here?
Zachary is beamed to the surface and he finds his parents. Just when they're all being beamed up, the ledge that Zachary's mother, Winona Ryder, is standing on collapses and she falls.
Zachary, I lost the lock on your mother. I can't beam her up to the ship. What, you just beamed Chris and John to the ship while they were free falling? Yes, this is totally different. How is it different at all? She was in Mr. Deeds, dude. Fuck her.
The black hole finishes consuming Vulcan, and Zachary assumes control of the ship.
Zachary, we've got to rescue Bruce Greenwood.
With him off the grid, our rating is an 18 to 24 demographic, and it has increased. Rescuing him would be highly illogical.
Zachary, without him, this whole movie just looks like a bunch of kids playing Star Trek dress up in the rich kid's basement. We have to get him back. Besides, none of us can rent a car without him.
Zachary maroons Chris on a nearby planet and heads towards Earth. Exterior ice planet Hoth. Chris wanders around the surface of the ice planet until he runs into a Vagisaurus Rex. He stumbles upon a hillside into the cave where he meets Leonard Nimoy.
Hello, Chris. I am Leonard Nimoy, the future version of Zachary Quinto.
Bullshit. I mean, makes sense. I've got the entire surface of a planet to work with, and I stumbled into your cave. Please continue.
Many years from now, a star explodes and turns supernova. I tried to create a black hole in its center using red matter, but I was too late. The supernova destroyed Romulus. Erik Bana got all pissy about it, but we got sucked into the black hole that I created, which sent us back in time, 25 years apart, for some reason. Conveniently, when my younger self was no longer wearing pointy diapers.
Holy crap, this is stupid. Are you done?
Hardly. Anyway, Erik abducted me when I came through and stranded me here so that I could watch my home planet be destroyed.
How? He doesn't understand that he went back in time, right? And can therefore just stop his home planet from being destroyed altogether. So wait, why does red matter destroy planets but send ships back in time?
Black holes let us do anything!
Apparently, since you're close enough to Vulcan to see it with the naked eye, but not so close as to be sucked into the ensuing black hole.
In any case, these events have created an alternate timeline with a much larger budget. You are meant to be captain. We must get you back to the ship.
God, who wrote this movie? I'm so glad this movie is rebooting the franchise and avoiding the overused plot contrivances that plague the originals. Any chance you want to travel back to 1980s Earth to pick up some whales?
They make their way to the Federation outpost and find Simon Pegg.
Oh my God.
Oh, speak quickly in the thick Scottish accent, which passes for comic relief. I'm also obsessed with food, and other actors who play this character was obese. God rest his soul. How can I help you?
You can beam yourself and Chris onto a ship traveling at light speed.
Sure, why not? Believability pretty much went out the window with the whole red matter and the whole red matter black hole thing.
Simon and Chris find themselves on the Enterprise and confront Zachary.
Zachary, if I provoke an emotional response out of you, then you'll have to step down as captain.
Do your worst.
Actually, considering that my asshole dial has been turned up to 11 since the movie started, there's really nowhere else for me to go. Your mama's so dead.
How dead is she?
Your mama's so dead, or maggots are being eaten by maggots.
Speechless. Zachary started beating the hell out of Chris Pine, who simply cannot seem to win a fight. Zachary stops just short of opening Chris's head and eating his brain to acquire hanging off ledges superpowers, though.
Damn. Since I am unfit as captain, I suppose you'll have to take my place. And now that you have arrogantly assumed that title, that you have not earned, and insulted my mother, I have grown to respect you.
All right, here's the plan. We'll beam onward, ban a ship, steal the red matter, ignite it, then beam back.
One drop of that stuff is enough to destroy a whole planet. So the whole thing...
Black holes let us do anything.
Damn it, Chris, I am a Matt LeBlanc lookalike contest winner, not a physicist.
Wait, why not use some of the red matter to go back in time a bit further and stop any of this from happening? Then I could save my home planet and my mother.
No. We have to do the thing that ends with the big action scene. An action scene that requires lasers, mind you. No beaming a bomb into a Bana ship or anything. Let's get moving. We got sequels to plan.
They execute the dumbest plan of all available options. Bana is destroyed or maybe sent back in time again. We don't know. Interior Starfleet Academy, Earth. Chris Pine is officially given the rank of captain and receives a medal. Congratulations.
Because your ship was pretty much the only one that survived, you win by default. Congratulations.
Chris and Zachary become friends because Leonard Nimoy told them they have to be.
Space, the final frontier. Unless you count time, of course. You morons will pay for anything with the word Trek in the title. Who gives a shit what any of you think?
End. Fade in. Exterior strange alien planet. Chris Pine and Karl Urban are being chased by a gang of cocaine-skinned aliens. Chris runs into Tauntaun and shoots it in the face.
Great. You just shot our getaway vehicle, genius.
Since we presumably rode here on, you'd think on it, like you think that I'd know not to shoot it. Maybe we could just explain to the aliens we're trying to save them from the huge volcano that's about to vomit lava all over everything.
No way! The Prime Directive states that we can't interfere with a primitive culture unless they have something we want. The Fountain of Youth, for instance. The aliens didn't see your face, did they?
No. There, that's better. Oh look, a cliff. I'd love to hang off of that.
Maybe next time. Jump!
Chris and Karl jump into the ocean and swim to the submerged USS Enterprise.
Why the hell is this ship underwater?
To hide it from the aliens. I'm sure they didn't notice this huge fucking spaceship landing in their ocean and displacing 7 billion tons of water.
Yes, much less risky than simply parking in orbit. So where's my Vulcan bro, Zach?
I am trying to kill the volcano with a cold fusion device before it blows up the entire planet. As you can imagine, this mission is kind of personal to me.
Zach, you do realize cold fusion does the exact opposite of making things cold, right? And why are you in the volcano in the first place? Couldn't we just beam the device down there instead?
The volcano is creating a wave of bullshit that has stopped us from using our transporter, except when it isn't. And we couldn't just drop the bomb inside the volcano because... Wait, why couldn't we do that again?
Oh no! Zachary's trapped inside the volcano and we can't beam him out without exposing the Enterprise to the aliens!
But didn't I beam two guys up while free-falling in the last movie?
And I didn't beam two guys to the ship halfway. Like, what is this accent? I crossed the universe while going faster than light.
Remembering things from the previous movie. The only way to save Zachary is by flying over the volcano.
But you'll be breaking the Prime Directive. It's the most prime of directives.
But isn't you trying to stop the volcano from blowing up and itself breaking the Prime Directive? I can't tell what's bigger, my libido or your hypocrisy.
That's a good comparison. The Enterprise rises up out of the ocean to rescue Zachary, who turns the volcano into a gigantic McFlurry. And it's probably broken. Interior Starfleet Command Earth, Chris and Zachary are getting chewed out by their superior, Bruce Greenwood. Chris, Zachary ratted you out for breaking the Prime Directive. Your ass is officially shit-canned.
The fuck, Zach? I thought we were bros. I saved your life and this is the thanks I get?
You shouldn't have talked shit about my bangs. Plus, you were listening to Fatboy Slim a minute ago, so you kind of had it coming.
That's right, Chris. I'm captain of the Enterprise again, and I'm busting your ass down to the cadet in order to teach you that being a cocky dick nose doesn't pay off. Second thought, I'm making you my first officer in order to teach you that being a cocky dick nose most certainly does pay off.
Cool. Wait, so if you die, I'm back to being captain again, right?
Yep. Why do you ask?
No reason.
Interior Starfleet building. Chris, Bruce, Zachary, and every other important member of Starfleet, including Admiral Peter Weller, gathers in a small room with a huge floor-to-ceiling windows and, surprise, surprise, no security.
Ah, that's better. We can't possibly conduct this meeting in a fortified room that isn't completely exposed to an outside attack. Now, as you all know, a library on planet London was bombed by one of our own officers, Benedict Cumberbatch.
My keen douche sense tells me the bombing was just a ploy to get us all in the same room.
Benedict Cumberbatch appears in in a Fiat with wings and shoots the fuck out of the room and mortally wounds Bruce.
Hey, Bruce, do you mind if I mind rape you before you croak? Beep 1 time for yes and 2 times for no.
Beep. Beep.
Yes, yes. All right.
Meh.
Man, I suck at having father figures.
Interior, another Starfleet building.
Ah, Benedict used my magic beaming trick from the last movie to teleport a billion miles away to the Klingon homeworld.
You mean the same magic beaming trick that couldn't beam me out of a fucking volcano? The same beaming trick that will not even consider using a teleport to the Klingon homeworld and go after Benedict with.
Ah, the very same one.
Peter, let me go after Benedict so I can murder the shit out of him.
No. Okay, but if you get caught, it will trigger a war with the Klingons, so be sure to take these new extra explodey and totally not suspicious at all torpedoes with you.
I don't like the look of these torpedoes. I quit.
Fine, but you better not show back up at the crucial moment to save my ass.
I won't.
Hey, Russian kid, you're my new engine fixer, even though you're barely qualified to manage an Arby's, let alone a Starship engine.
I get a promotion? Sweet. Wait, hold on. Does this mean I'm going to disappear for long periods of time and pop up only to spout indecipherable technobabble?
Pretty much. I'm not like your anybody's favorite character anyway. That goes double for you, Cho.
Hey, Chris, I'm your new sexy and mysterious crew member. Would you like to see my credentials?
Oh my god. Of course I would. I'm guessing they're a size C.
Close enough. The Enterprise goes to warp and leaves behind a trail of Smurf turds. Exterior Klingon space. The Enterprise suddenly breaks down within shuttle range of Cronus, meaning that they were roughly 1.3 seconds away from passing the entire ship across the planet's surface when they stopped.
We're still not allowed to use Simon's magic beaming trick for some reason, so I'm taking a shuttle down to the Klingon homeworld Kronos. But that's not how it's spelled. This movie sucks. Like anybody gives a shit what you neckbeards think. I'm going down to the planet with Zachary and some red shirts. Oh, and you too, Zoe.
Actually, you go on a mission to do something useful like all the other boys for a change.
Not really. You'll basically spend the whole ship whining about how much you think your boyfriend doesn't love you, completely ignoring the fact Zachary's an alien whose entire culture is based on suppressing emotion. I mean, were you really that surprised?
So it beats sitting on my ass with a D-cell battery jammed in my ear.
And I'll give away our position to the Klingons by broadcasting a hollow threat to Benedict. Yay me!
Interior Cronus. Chris's shuttle is chased by Klingon ships unless you're watching this in 3D, in which case a bunch of blurry blobs chase a bunch of slightly different blurry blobs. Chris's shuttle lands and Zoe goes out to talk to the Klingons, who do not look like cheesy FU macho rejects.
Those aren't even what the Klingons are supposed to look like. Their foreheads are supposed to be smooth and greasy. Star Trek Enterprise clearly shows that. Is Zoe approaches the Klingons.
Look, guys, you should let us go. Guys, you should let us go.
Why?
I said, because I have a hot ass. Notice how the camera can't seem to focus on anything else but it?
Well, we downloaded the Words and Columbiana on Netflix, and we decided you deserve a phaser blast to the face.
What about your butt? But Benedict jumps in and saves Chris's team by beating the fucking fuck out of the Klingons, proving once again that the Klingons are not entirely nearly as badass as everyone thinks they are. But to be honest, they're kind of pussies.
Chris, I hear you have 72 torpedoes on your ship. In that case, I surrender in accordance with the Joker, Loki, Sylvia rule of devious supervillainy.
Silva.
Yeah, that too.
Great. That means I can proceed to wail on you in accordance with my need to kick your fucking ass.
Chris punches Benedict for 2 straight hours and only manages to mess up Benedict's hair ever so slightly.
Still can't win a fight, huh? Can we hurry this up? I'm due back on the Sherlock set in an hour.
Interior Enterprise. Benedict is imprisoned inside a glass cell because God knows we haven't seen that before a dozen times in the last, 12 months.
I am genetically enhanced superhuman. After the events of the last movie, Starfleet found me and my crew in a cryogenic sleep. Peter Weller woke me up and used me to build weapons of mass destruction for him.
Of course, who better develop advanced super technology than a 300-year-old popsicle?
My real name is Karl!
Cryogenic. No! He can't be Khan. He's white and English instead of a Mexican guy with a thick accent trying to pass as a North Indian sheik. Sikh. I can't say anything to that. This isn't canon. This isn't canon. This isn't canon.
What the hell is a con? It's not supposed to mean something, is it?
Interior Enterprise, a sciencey room.
Sorry. Chris, I've taken some Benedict's blood and discovered it has incredible healing properties, so I injected it into this dead, dribble.
Why exactly?
Because science! I think Benedict's blood can regenerate dead tissue.
So you mean if someone were to, I don't know, get themselves killed, you can bring them back to life?
Whoa! Careful, Chris. We don't want to give the audience too much of a heads up.
Well, in the meantime, we need to open up one of these mystery torpedoes. Hey, new girl, what you got?
These torpedoes have only one true weakness: misogyny. So gratuitously stripping down to my underwear should do the trick, which I'm not going to do. It does, and the torpedo opens up to reveal a frozen superhuman? What?
My God! All 72 torpedoes contain a member of Benedict's murderous superhuman crew!
Huh? Why wouldn't Peter Weller just kill them instead of risking them escaping or us discovering them? And how are the torpedoes still even explosive? This makes no sense.
Damn it, man! I am an actor, not a screenwriter!
Apparently neither are the actual screenwriters.
Peter Weller shows up in his tricked out military starship of doom in order to rehash the climax of, well, the last 2 movies.
So, Chris, I see Benedict told you that I plan to use you to start a war with the Klingons.
Why exactly did you want that again? Seeing as your ship is the only dedicated warship in our entire fleet, we'd get our asses royally handed to us if we went to war right now. What about Simon's magic beaming equation? If Benedict could beam all the way from Earth to Kronos, surely you could beam a dozen nukes over there and blow the Klingons straight to hell.
No, Trek lore says you can't beam super exploding bombs to people's ships.
Oh? Would that include the 72 torpedoes we have on our own ship? Because if we can beam those, then your argument is totally fucked.
I'm not listening. Not listening.
The Enterprise escapes into warp speed, but Peter's ship has magic warp powers and catches up and opens a jumbo-sized can of whoop-ass on the Enterprise. Interior Enterprise.
Captain, we've been knocked out of warp and have stopped near Earth.
The hell? We're just in the Klingons' backyard like 30 seconds ago. How did we get back to Earth so fast?
The same way a cold fusion bomb froze a volcano. A lot less psi and a fuckload more phi!
Peter continues to shoot up the Enterprise. Daddy, stop! If you blow up the ship, you will also blow up your own daughter.
Or I could just beam you to my starship. Wait, did you seriously overlook that? I thought you were a scientist.
If by scientist you mean completely fucking useless, then yeah, that's me.
Well, looks like my cocky douchebaggery finally got my entire crew killed. It's been an honor boning you, my hot female alien crew members. I mean, if only we were saved by a Deus Machina with a Scottish accent.
Hey, Captain, I sneaked aboard Peter's ship and shut it down.
And you couldn't have done that like 5 minutes ago? You could have saved at least 50 people from being sucked into outer space.
Oh, like you could do have done any better. Who do you think you are? A god?
My dad was. Our transporter is completely wrecked, so I'm coming over to get you.
Take me with you. I know that ship better than anyone.
Okay, but if you try anything, I will kick your genetically enhanced balls all the way back to the roof of your genetically enhanced mouth.
Yes, because that worked out so well last time, champ.
Chris and Benedict dive over to Peter's ship in a redo of skydiving scene from a previous movie, except horizontally.
In the meantime, I'll call up my older self for some future spoilers. What can you tell me about Benedict, Leonard?
Why the hell are you wasting your time talking to me on Skype instead of calling Starfleet for backup or warning them about Peter Weller's plan? Are you going to do this every time you get into trouble? I thought this was a reboot. Shouldn't you be having new and different experiences that would render the future knowledge from my timeline completely useless?
Well,
Go swallow a knife, jackass.
Interior, Peter's doomsday ship. Chris and Simon hang back while Benedict turns Peter's guards into hamburger. Unless you're watching this in 3D, in which case a bunch of blurry black things flail around and hit a bunch of slightly different blurry black things.
Hey, Benedict, if you knew the location of this ship, why didn't you use the magic beaming equation to get it instead of going to Kronos?
Or why didn't you just sneak aboard like I did and use it to free your people?
Because if my plan was simple and straightforward, then I wouldn't be an evil supervillain now, would I? Just ask Peter. He'll be back. He'll back me up on this.
Chris and Simon and Benedict take control of the ship, and Chris immediately betrays Benedict by stunning him.
Yes, Benedict, I shot you even though you were cooperating. You're the dick, though.
Benedict suddenly beats the shit out of Chris and Simon, vagina stomps Alice, and head crushes Peter.
Holy fuck! I am awesome! Hey, Zach, give me the 72 torpedoes in exchange for your sorry excuse for a captain.
Chris, Simon, and Alice are beamed to the Enterprise, and the 72 torpedoes are beamed to Benedict's ship, instantly proving that beaming a bomb onto a ship or planet is completely possible. And why the fuck do we not need starships if we can beam people and nuclear bombs to other planets? Ugh. So anyway, Zachary detonates the torpedoes and it cripples Benedict's ship instead of blowing it the hell up for some godforsaken reason.
Nice one, Zach. Wait, you took Benedict guys out of the torpedoes before you sent them over. Why?
I am not a murderer.
But they were all sentenced to death for war crimes. Oh, I guess murder is only necessary when it comes to people who blow up Vulcan or talk shit about your dead mom. Is that it?
The Enterprise and Benedict's ship are caught in Earth's gravitational pull and plummet towards the surface. The Enterprise loses artificial gravity, and Chris finally gets to hang off something. Yeah, even though technically he should be floating.
The ship is dead. We're all going to die.
Not yet. I'll just go inside the reactor room and punch the ship back to life.
But the radiation will kill you. Hey, this whole scene feels strangely familiar. Please don't tell me we're rifting Wrath of Khan's ending while also playing musical chairs with the characters.
Don't be an idiot. Creative genius and franchise savior J.J. Abrams would never let that happen. but I might.
Crazy Damon Lindelof.
Chris goes inside the reactor. Chris goes inside the reactor room and drop kicks the ship back to life because that's how repair complex machine works.
Chris, you saved us. Now I understand the meaning of friendship, and all it took was for you to get fatally irradiated.
Good for you.
Cumberbatch!
Benedict 911's his ship, or 911's his ship into Starfleet Command and escapes. Zachary beams down to chase him while the crew mourns Chris's death.
Hey, wait a minute. Benedict's blood brought this dead Tribble back to life.
Did it also superglue the Tribble to your table? The ship lost all gravity and went to the cyclone, and the Tribble's exactly where you left it.
Oh, hush.
Exterior San Francisco. Zachary and Benedict fight on top of a floating elevators.
Neck pinch.
Head crush.
Benedict kicks the snot out of Zachary, so Zoe has to beam down to the rescue his sorry ass.
Trying to shoot a guy in the face while stopping the wind from blowing up your miniskirt is not as easy as it sounds.
Zoe, what are you doing here? I had this handled. You're ruining my big moment.
Oh, it could be worse. I could be Gwyneth Paltrow with heat food powers.
A stun gun won't work on me, Zoe. Unlike 10 minutes ago when it did.
But it distracted you long enough for me to hit you with this metal brick. Take that, Cumberbatch!
Bonk. Zachary pummels the fuck out of Benedict.
Oh, I think you meant Cumber Snatch, honey. Zachary, we need him alive to save Chris, remember?
You mean none of the other 72 superhuman guys has magic blood? Just Benedict.
Oh, this plot point would have made way more sense if you guys had just blown up those 72 bad guys, you know.
Well, do you mind if I pound Benedict's face a little bit longer? We Vulcans so rarely get to go totally apeshit on humans. I find it incredibly relaxing. Please, sweetheart.
Oh, okay. Fuck him up, honey.
Zachary stomps a mud hole into Benedict's ass. Interior hospital place. Chris wakes up alive, instantly killing any emotional capital earned by his death.
Welcome back, Chris. Looks like I'm going to go down in history as the man who cured death. Well, for once, I'll be the one who's knee-deep in space, bitches.
Hey, this means we can bring back everybody who's died, like Bruce Greenwood?
Or my dad, Peter Weller, right?
Well, no.
And we'll just keep some of Benedict's blood on ice in case any of us dies on future missions. Completely removing any sense of tension or danger. Fuck you, death. Yay.
It's season 2 of Heroes all over again.
Meanwhile, Benedict and his 72 crew members are put back into storage instead of being executed for blowing up half of San Francisco because Starfleet's colossal fucking stupidity knows no bounds. And fade in. Interior strange alien cave planet. The USS Enterprise flies through at least 8 different studio logos before it arrives at the planet. Captain Chris Pine meets with a race of large, menacing gargoyle demons.
Greetings, random CGI aliens. I present to you this futuristic Sony PSP as a sign of peace.
That PSP is actually the key component to an ancient bioweapon that can wipe out the entire universe. So no thanks. When you think about it, this is the shittiest peace offering you could have ever given someone. What were blankets covered in smallpox too old-fashioned? Attack!
Chris is swarmed by the gargoyle aliens who are actually the size of Pokemon.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I'll just hold on to this ancient bioweapon thingy for plot reasons.
And he captures a Squirtle with his phone. Sorry, I had to say that part. Into your USS Enterprise.
Captain's log, stardate post Force Awakens. I finally stopped having epileptic seizures now that JJ is gone. Also, my daddy issues are reaching warp factor 10 since he died on my birthday, which is coming up soon. Plus, it seems like everyone on the ship is getting laid except for me.
Don't worry, Chris. I'm sure someday you'll find your Wonder Woman.
Into your starbase, Yorktown. The Enterprise arrives at a giant space balloon with a mall in it.
Oh, hey, Zach, it seems my defining character trait is still being your girlfriend. So maybe it's time we got married or something.
How about instead I dump you because I need to start making Vulcan babies to repopulate my race?
Fuck. Now what unique character trait will I be known for? Maybe I can be the badass action girl.
We already have someone filling that role. There's a Nina Simone biopic you can go ruin, though.
Very well, then.
Now, if you'll all excuse me, I'm going to go reunite with my daughter and spouse.
Good for you, John. That sounds like a totally uncontroversial thing for an officer returning from a long mission to do.
Yep, just walking away with my family. Absolutely nothing wrong with this, just me and my little girl and my significant other.
Meanwhile, I'm screwing tons and tons of aliens in the background and nobody cares because they're female. One had a snail for a skull. A freaking snail skull, man.
Chris Smith meets with the cabbage-headed alien, whose language is translated through Siri.
Help! My crew is stranded on a planet inside a nebula that's literally right across the street from your space station.
I believe you and won't bother contacting your home planet to corroborate your story or to confirm your identity. We Starfleet captains are a trusting lot.
Just as long as you still have that bioweapon from the opening scene. Otherwise, my boss's plan is fucked.
What was that?
I mean, bleep, blur, bleep, blur, bleep, blur, does not compute buzzword, derp, derp, derp.
Well, that's truth that Siri just can't do everything. Exterior space orbiting planet Hunger Games. The Enterprise reaches the planet and is attacked by space mosquitoes. Pshaw! I may get wrecked in every new adventure, but I always triumph in the end. It hurts! Oh God, it hurts! I'll never warp again. I need space crutches for the rest of my life. Holy mother of fuck, the pain is unmanageable. Why did they build me with pain receptors? Blah. Anyway, evil alien leader Idris Elba boards the ship after having put on 63 pounds of makeup. That's a whole third grader's worth of makeup.
Man, I hope I'm the next James Bond. I'm stealing the ancient PSP bioweapon. I can probably sell it for 1 million bars of lanthanum on space eBay.
Luckily, I've taken the cartridge out of the PSP and hid it inside a crew member's skull. Seriously, her skull opens up to reveal a secret hiding place right on top of her brain. Who knows what else she's putting in there?
Trust me, you don't want to know. It's my Tholian web. Hint, hint.
Finally, a chance for me to do something badass by saving Chris's life. Oh, fuck, I'm captured.
Me too! Wait, so out of the main cast, the one woman and the one Asian guy are the only ones sitting and the rest of the movie out being helpless damsels? Who fucking wrote this shit?
The entire crew is captured except for Zachary and Karl, who've attended together to Chris. Chris and Tom, who escaped the fragile Enterprise with the Cabbage kids.
Interior Planet Hunger Games.
Anton, we must go to the wrecked saucer section of the Enterprise and, well, wait. Are we wearing brand new blue uniforms all of a sudden? When the fuck did we find time to put these on?
Every Starfleet escape pod comes with a complete wardrobe change and probably dildos instead of food and weapons and useful shit like that.
Hey, Cabbage Head, I know you lured us into that trap. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't shoot you right in your cabbage face.
Because I give you a raging boner.
Well played.
Maybe it's a Cabbage Patch Kid. They go inside the Enterprise wreckage.
So this is where you hide the bioweapon. My master Idris will be pleased.
No, it's not here. I just made us walk 20 miles of terrain and climb inside my dead ship in the hopes you would radio Stringer Bell and reveal his base camp.
Captain, the only way we can escape this ship is to slide 200 feet down the side of the hull, which will surely kill us.
Not if we set our phasers to fuck physics.
Oh, hell yeah, that's my jam. The ghost of the Enterprise gets its revenge on Cabbage Head by crushing her to death. Because even starships hate cabbage.
I got Dar's hammer. I shall be avenged. Avenged.
I think this is supposed to be my line. Typesetting, guys. Meanwhile, Simon lands on the planet of his torpedo and hangs off a cliff. Then he meets sexy alien badass Sofia Boutella. Yeah.
Did you become the head writer just so you could steal all of Chris's signature traits and give them to yourself?
Isn't it obvious? Wait, you can speak my language.
I conveniently live in a crashed Starfleet ship with Spotify from 100 years ago, which ties this series to Star Trek Enterprise, which only lasted 2 seasons.
Don't you mean 4 seasons?
No, Simon Peggy. Everyone knows seasons 1 and 2 died in a fire and never existed, and that this is the last we will ever speak of this. Now help me fix my ship so I can get on out of this hellhole.
Elsewhere on the planet, Zachary and Karl are in a buddy comedy.
I've been stabbed by wreckage and I'm bleeding surge all over the place.
I'll patch you up with playful, insulting banter. Now that you're dying, don't you wish you hadn't dumped Zoe?
Hey, you're right. She's arguably the hottest woman in the cinematic universe of 3 franchises and would have given me a beautiful 1/4 Vulcan baby. Thank you for helping me realize that, Karl. It's like we're in each other's heads.
Wrong 3rd movie, Zach.
Meanwhile, interior Idris shantytown base.
Idris, I know you're a human under all that makeup based solely on an old video where I heard your voice, which sounds absolutely nothing like your Bane-esque alien voice.
Yes, it's true. I was once a Starfleet soldier, but became disgruntled after being stranded on this planet.
Wait, was this before or after you found all those spacefaring drone ships or the abandoned alien technology that allows you to steal other people's life force and live forever?
That's a very good question. We won't even think about answering.
Clearly you had the means to leave this planet years ago, so what the hell stopped you?
Hey, you try transforming into a crocodile man. Hey, you! Transforming into a crocodile man with decorative pimples, and see if your thought process isn't a little fucked up. I've sworn to destroy the Federation because it promotes unity among races, equality of the sexes, and even condones unconventional couplings.
Why did everybody look at me when he said that?
I've been waiting to get my hands on that bioweapon so I can wipe out Yorktown and steal the base for myself. Hand it over, I kill you, John dead.
No! Here's the bioweapon!
My God, is the back of your head made entirely of face hunger? Ew! What is with all the alien women having creepy as fuck skulls? Now I pretty much have to kill you with a bioweapon to demonstrate how it works.
Yes, my face is a face hugger. Ah!
Now to steal the life force from some other redshirt so I can inexplicably transform back into a slightly less ghoulish, almost human-looking, but not quite crocodile man. Yes! Give me that sweet, sweet life force. I crave it.
Interior crash ship USS Franklin. The rest of the crew that isn't captured have all found each other.
I plan to rescue the crew in a cool action sequence using the hologram watch from Total Recall and this motorcycle, which had no goddamn business being on a spaceship.
But why don't I just use my magic beaming formula to transport us off the planet like the previous movies?
Because that stupid beaming formula died in a fire and never existed, and we will never speak of it again.
They rescue the crew, but Idris and his swarm army are taking off for Yorktown.
But my family lives there. Hey, it's as if showing them earlier was a nice way to humanize the people on the space station. How about that?
These old Starfleet ships weren't meant to take off from the surface, only wait to get back into space is to drive it straight off the cliff we're sitting on.
So I do get to hang off of a ledge. Yes! They dig up physics from the dead and ride a desecrated corpse under the atmosphere and escape the planet.
Exterior Starbase Yorktown.
My army of ships and their fakely robotic pilots are attacking the base. It shall be mine.
Hold on, bitch. We figured out your drone's invulnerable to shitty late 20th century garbage music. Sofia, cue up Hootie and the Blowfish.
I'm sorry, Crispy. All of their music was deleted from history. The next shittiest song in my playlist is Sabotage by the Beastie Boys.
Oh, no. That's the same bullshit song we use in the teaser trailer that made the entire internet vomit in its own mouth. I guess when Star Trek doubles down, it doubles down hard.
Oh, God, the horror! It's like fire inside of our brains. Why? Oh, why did our creators make us with pain sensors? The only cure is death.
Wow, that somehow managed to not be nearly as ridiculous as it sounds. Now to defeat Idris by challenging to a dance-off.
Boogie down. But Idris flies inside the starbase and uses a black ninja turtle disguise to sneak into the released bioweapon here to kill everyone room.
Well, we'll just have to use the transporter to beam Idris into outer space and call it a day.
Apparently, presence of Greg Grunberg and his blatant franchise hopping is broken the transporter, so you have to manually stop me.
Chris fights Idris for once. Finally, Chris wins.
It's all over, like all over the place, like your accent, Travis. Idris, you were once a captain like me. Why would you do this?
After the Federation was formed, I became a warrior without a war. If only they weren't so into making friends and me not being in that and had no more enemies for me to fight.
Do you not know that the entire galaxy literally hates the Federation's guts for being pompous, arrogant, self-righteous hippie pricks? The Klingons, the Romulans, the Dominion, the Borg. The Federation has enemies coming out of its asshole.
Oh, well, in that case, in this farce, I'll just pack up my bioweapon and whoops, I regret nothing!
Dead. The crew have a party while a brand new Enterprise is being built.
Chris, I was going to leave the crew, but changed my mind after I found out Leonard Nimoy passed away.
Well, I was going to leave the crew until I decided I wasn't going to leave the crew.
Was never going to leave the crew, so yeah.
For helping to save the day with the destructive power of rap rock, I was awarded an iTunes gift card. And I...
Well,
And I am actually leaving the crew because some incompetent red fuck ass clown doesn't know how to design a Jeep that stays in park. So I bid you all farewell. May my soul live long and prosper.
And I'm going to see a voodoo priestess to figure out why actors keep dying in my franchises. Clearly, I'm cursed.
And I'm gay!
At least we look good in these uniforms.
And...
And that was the entire Kelvin timeline abridged. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.